welcome to Kids Yoga with me, Diane. So the class I have for you today is going to be about 20 minutes long and is for all ages, from young kids, even adults. You can join in too. Today I have a yoga mat, but you don't need a yoga mat to do yoga. You can do it right on the carpet or the hardwood floor. If you're doing it without a mat, I recommend you do it barefoot so your feet don't slip. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing we need to do is sit in our easy pose position. Easy pose is that crisscross applesauce. We're gonna sit tall, our spine is long, like we have a little string tugging the top of our head towards the ceiling. So our neck is long, our shoulders are down away from our ears, and our back is straight and tall. I'm gonna start with my singing bowl. We're just gonna listen to it for a minute to help ground us and get us ready for our practice today. We're gonna place our hands together in front of our hearts and start with that special yoga word that we use to greet each other. That special word is namaste. That means the light in me sees the light in you. Let's go ahead and warm up our bodies. We're gonna sit in easy pose and we're gonna take a breath and reach our arms and up overhead. And we're gonna breathe out and slowly bring our arms down. We're gonna breathe in, arms up, and out, arms down. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, arms up, and out, arms down. So my theme for class today is the phrase, I am strong. We are all strong. You are strong. I am strong. We have strong bodies and muscles, and we have strong minds. And after we warm up, we are going to do 4 strong yoga poses today in a sequence. So we're going to do them one right after each other. We're going to do Warrior 1, Warrior 2, extended side angle, and triangle. Those are standing strong poses. But before we do that, we're gonna do some stretches and warm-ups sitting on our mat first. And then we're going to do our sun salutations. And then we're going to do our strong poses. So now that we have done our breathing, let's go ahead and breathe in and reach our arms up one more time. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to put one hand by our side, the other arm reaches straight up and then over our head as we stretch the side of our body. And we're gonna breathe in and out, in and out. And then we're gonna stretch back up, both arms overhead, take a big breath in. Let it out and reach to the other side. And breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe in, both arms up. And breathe out, our hands back into our lap. Now I'm going to turn so you can see this next one, but you can stay facing me. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to take one hand to our opposite knee across our body. And that other hand is going to come behind our back and we're going to look over that back shoulder, twisting our spine and stretching our necks. And we're going to breathe in and out, in and out. We're going to breathe in and bring both hands back in our lap. Now we're going to do it on the other side. So the hand that was behind our back is going to go across our body to our opposite knee. That other hand is going to go behind our back. We're going to look over our shoulders, spine up long, and we're going to breathe in and out. In and out. We're going to breathe in legs out in front of us and give them a little wiggle, a little shake. Warm them up. We're going to flex and point our toes. Warm up those ankles and feet. Now we're going to flex one foot and point the other. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Now we're going to point both toes down. We're going to place our hands flat behind us, our fingers pointing away from our bodies. And we're going to lift up to slide. So we're going to lift our hips up, keeping our legs straight. Let your head fall back. We're like a slide. Whee! And let's come back down carefully. We're going to put our feet together for our butterfly and flap our wings. Flap, flap. Now we're going to do our bow and arrow. So staying in our butterfly position, we're going to take our hand, we're going to wrap it around our foot where our pinky toe is, one foot. We're going to lift that foot and balance. So we have our bow ready. We're going to shoot 3 arrows with our bow. Here we go. Arrow number 1, pshoo! Bring it back. Arrow number 2, pshoo! Bring it back. Arrow number 3, pshoo! Bring it back. Let's put that foot down. Still in our butterfly. Soles of our feet together. Our knees out wide. We're going to lift the other foot. So take the other hand, wrap it around the pinky toe part of your foot and lift it up. Let's get ready to shoot 3 more arrows. Here we go. Arrow number 1, pshoo! Bring it back. Arrow number 2, pshoo! Bring it back. Last one, number 3, pshoo! Bring it back. And put that foot down. Now, if you can, we're going to do double bow and arrow. So, both hands wrap around those feet. And balancing on our bottoms, we're going to lift up. And from here, if you can, you're going to shoot both arrows at the same time. Here we go. Ready and shoot. Shoo! Bring them back in. Can you still stay balanced? Your feet up off the mat. Let's do it again. Number 2, here we go. Shoo! Bring them back. Number 3, are you ready? Here we go. Shoo! Bring them back and let the feet come down. We did it. Now, I'm going to scooch forward on my mat for this one. If you're at home, take a look behind you and make sure the back of your mat is clear. Scooch to the top of your mat because we're going to roll on our back for this one. So this bow and arrow, we're going to roll back, come up, and then shoot our arrows so it looks like this. We're going to start with our feet lifted and our double bow and arrow. We're going to rock back, up, balance, shoot the arrows. Can you try? It's tricky. You might get stuck on your back. And if you do, if you get stuck, you can just keep rocking until you can get all the way back up again. Let's try it again. Here we go. Feet start up, hold it on, and we rock back and up, balance, shoot your arrows, pew, bring them back. I'm going to do it one more time. Back, up, balance, balance, shoot your arrows, pew, bring them back. Fantastic, we did it. Whew. Let's go ahead and put our feet back on our mats and our butterfly. We need to take a little break after all those bow and arrows. So, we're going to do turtle pose. We're going to walk our feet a little bit farther away from our bodies. We're going to separate the soles of our feet a little bit. We're going to take our hands with our palms facing down. We're going to wiggle them under our ankles, maybe all the way so our elbows are on the mat too. And we're going to let our head drop like a little turtle in a shell. You can close your eyes here or you can look down at your mat, noticing what color it is or the color of your carpet or rug. And breathe in and out. In and out. Every time you breathe in, feeling your belly expand and even your back expanding. And then when you breathe out, it all contracts back. Let's do it again. Big breath in and out. All right, let's wiggle out of turtle pose. We are ready to stand up. So we're going to stand up on our mats. we're going to start with a washing machine. So we're going to put some glue and stick our feet to the bottoms of our mat. So wipe some glue on that foot and stick it on. Get some glue on the other foot and stick it on. Okay, they are glued, so they are not moving. They're stuck in place, and we're gonna do our washing machine. So we're gonna take our arms at our side, and we're gonna twist the upper half of our body like a washing machine scrubbing clothes. We're gonna twist, twist, twist. Can you twist fast, but keep your feet planted. Don't let the glue come unstuck. And then maybe slow, gentle cycle. Gotta wash those delicates carefully. And back to mountain. Mountain poses are strong, standing still pose. So our feet are still glued to the mat. Our back and neck is long. That string is pulling our head up gently again. Our arms are at our side and our palms are facing forward. Our chin is up and we just breathe. Strong and still like a mountain. Now it's time for our sun salutations. Our sun salutations are a sequence of poses where we greet the sun for the day and bring that fire and warmth to our body. So for our sun salutations, we have to start at the top of our mat in mountain. And we're going to reach up and stretch up to the sun. Feel its warmth. And then we're going to fold, keeping our knees straight down and tickle our toes. From here, we're going to bend our knees a little, place our hands flat on our mat, step back to our strong plank pose. And then we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Point your toes, lift your chest into cobra, look up at the sun again. We're going to tuck our toes, lift back up to downward dog. Here, our hips are high, our arms are straight and strong. Our head is tucked between our shoulders. If you feel comfortable in downward dog, maybe raise a leg for three-legged dog and wag that tail. Happy puppies, woof woof. Bring that foot down. Look at your hands and you can frog jump or step your feet to your hands. I like to frog jump. Here we go. Boing. And we straighten our knees, tickle our toes. And then come all the way back up, reach up to the sun. And then hands at our heart. And breathe. Beautiful, that was one sun salutation. Let's give our body a little wiggle. We're working those muscles. Let's do one more. Here we go. We're going to reach up to the sun. Big breath in. Breathe out, come down and tickle your toes. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Bend your knees, put your hands on your mat. Step back to plank. Strong pose, use those arms. And lower all the way down to our belly. Lift our chest, look up at the sun again. Tuck our toes, push our hips up high in the air. So we're like an upside down V for downward dog. Arms are straight and strong. Head is tucked between our arms, hanging down. Looking at our toesies. Lift the other leg if you want. And wag your tail for three-legged dog. Bring that foot back down. Look at your hands. You can frog jump or step. Feet to hands. Here we go. Boing. Straighten those knees. Tickle the toes. And then slowly roll back up. Arms reach all the way up to the sun. And hands at our heart. Take a breath. Arms down. Wiggle it out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Beautiful. Now we are all warmed up and ready for our 4 strong poses. Before we start our strong poses, let's all stand in mountain. Join me in mountain. Arms are straight, spine is long, and we're gonna say our mantra out loud. And when we say it, I want you to show me those strong muscles with your arms. Here we go. Ready? I am strong. Let's do it again. Here we go. I am strong. Oh, fantastic. Let's do it one more time. I am strong. Great. Now let's do our strong poses. We're going to start with Warrior One. And then our feet are wide for Warrior One. And they're going to stay that way for Warrior Two. Extended side angle and triangle. And then we're going to step our feet together. And then we're going to step the other foot back and do these poses on the other side. So we're going to start at the front of our mat again. And whatever foot you want to start on, you're going to take a big step back, leaving that front foot pointing forward. Those toes are straight. Your back toes, I'm going to wiggle my foot back just a little farther. Our back toes are pointing sideways or even in a little bit. My hips are turned towards the top of my mat. My shoulders are turned towards the top of my mat for our Warrior One. Bend our front knee, and then our arms go straight up by our ears, long and strong, like we're reaching up to the sun. If you can balance, then we can look up towards the sun and our fingers reaching. Let's hold it and breathe. In, out, in, out. Fantastic. From here, go ahead and bring your head back down. Our arms are going to twist open and our shoulders are going to turn open and our arms are going to come out long. Maybe our back foot twists so it's all the way sideways, perpendicular to our mat. My chest is open and wide. I have one arm reaching behind me, one arm reaching to the front of my mat. Uh-oh, my knee straightened a little. I'm going to bend it again. Nice strong bend. This is our Warrior Two. We're going to turn our head and look over those strong warrior fingers. And we're going to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out through your nose if you can. Here we go. In and out. Beautiful. From here, we're going to do extended side angle. We're going to take our forearm down to our bent leg. So the middle of our arm rests on our thigh. This back arm is going to reach, our palm is going to face up towards the sky, and it's going to reach straight up, so high. And then if you want, keeping your chest open, moving just at the shoulder, bring your arm up and over by your ear. Extended side angle. We're stretching that whole side of our body. Okay, let's breathe in and out, in and out. Okay, keeping your balance, bring that arm straight up, bring it back to Warrior Two. Straighten that front knee. Bring your arms down for a minute. Wiggle them out. Take a breath. We have one pose left on this side. Triangle. For triangle, our knees stay straight. Our arms come out wide again. And we tilt from our hip. So our spine stays long, it doesn't curve. Our shoulders stay facing sideways. And we just tilt, 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 like we're a watering can, tilting out the water. Go as far as you can, and then wherever your hand lands, rest it on your leg. If your hand ends up at your knee, see if you can slide it below your knee or above your knee, because we don't want to push on that joint. And then if you can keep your balance, turn your head carefully to look at that hand pointed up at the sky. And we're going to breathe in and out our nose. Here we go. In, out, in, out. Using those muscles, slowly tilt back all the way up. Push off your back foot to mountain. We did it. Give yourself a good wiggle. Shake it out. Woo, we worked those muscles. Shake it out. Take a big breath. Now, I'm going to turn around to the other side of my mat, so I'm still facing you, but you can stay in where you are on your mat. But we're going to do the other side now. So the leg that was forward before is going to step back this time. So our feet are wide, our front toes are pointing to the front, our back toes are pointing just a little bit sideways. Maybe they're even pointing forward. For warrior one, our hips turn to the front, our shoulders turn to the front of our mat. Bend that knee, keep that back leg straight, and then our arms come up straight, reaching to the sun. If we can, we look up at our hands and hold it. Let's breathe in, out, in, out. Beautiful. Bring your gaze back down forward. Open your arms out wide. Let your hips open up wide. Our back foot can turn a little more sideways. We're reaching our arms strong to the back, to the front. Check that knee. Did it straighten on you? Bend it again. When you feel strong here, turn your head so you're looking over those front fingers. Warrior two, strong warrior arms. Let's breathe in and out our nose. In, out, in, out. Beautiful. Extended side angle is next. Keeping our knee bent, we're going to take our forearm to our thigh of that front arm that was right over our leg. We're just going to bring it down to our thigh. The back arm, our palm is going to turn up. We're going to bring it up to the ceiling, reaching so tall and high. And then if you want, just bending at your shoulder, bend it close to your ear for extended side angle. Let's take our 2 breaths. In and out. In and out. Now carefully bringing that arm that's over our head back first, pushing off our leg back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, bring our arms down, kind of wiggle it out. We have our triangle left. Keeping our legs straight for triangle, we're going to reach those warrior arms out wide and strong again. We're going to bend at our hip like a watering can. Bend, bend, bend. Water, water, reach down, water those plants. Find your leg with your hand. And then if you can keep your balance, let your eyes look up at that hand pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to do our 2 breaths. Here we go. In and out. In and out. We're going to come up first by raising our torso and our arms back up. Push off that back foot to the front of your mat. Whoops. I lost my balance a little. You might too. That's okay. And let's wiggle, 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 wiggle. Give it a good wiggle. We did it. We did our 4 strong poses. Yes. All right. Now it's time to cool our body down and rest before we do the rest of our day. So we're going to come back to mountain and we're going to do one of my favorite stretching yoga poses called Crescent Pose. We're going to reach our arms up overhead, put our hands together, and then we're going to lean to the side like a crescent moon, keeping our heart open and our shoulders wide. We don't even have to bend very far to the side to feel that. And then we're going to come back straight up long and tall and bend to the other side, feeling that stretch and breathing. We're going to come stretch up tall, take a big breath in. And as we let it out, we're going to let our arms come back down to mountain. We're going to come down to our mat on our knees. I'm going to have my toes pointed behind me and my hips are sitting on my heels. I take my hands and lace my fingers, and then I'm going to turn my wrists so that my knuckles are pointed towards my body and straighten my arms. From here, I'm going to raise them up overhead and stretch. Maybe you even want to look up at your hands. And breathe. We're going to bring them back down slowly, gently. Bend your elbows, bring your hands in, unclasp them. We're going to clasp them behind our backs with our knuckles pointing down towards our mat. And we're going to straighten our arms, bring our shoulders back and squeeze those shoulder blades like we're trying to squeeze a penny back there. Squeeze them together. Bring your knuckles down towards the mat so our chest is open and lifted. And look up at the ceiling. Stretching those shoulders, stretching our neck up high. Bring your gaze down, let go of those hands. Give them a little shake. Little shake. We are going to do a couple of my favorite resting poses. I need to move a little bit away from the wall for this. Okay, so first we're going to start in ball pose. So scooch up a little bit towards the top of your mat because we're going to roll on our backs. And we want to make sure we are clear behind us. We don't want to roll into anything. Bring your knees up by your chest. You can even wrap your arms tight around your legs or loose, however is comfortable. And we're going to roll back and ball. And while we're on our back, with our knees squeezed in our chest, we're going to rock side to side, feeling our back getting a little massage. Maybe we want to rock up and down just a little bit too. Let's go ahead and bring our heads down to our mat. Give our knees one last hug. And then we're going to let our knees fall to the side. We're going to bring our arms out wide, cactus arms, so both of our shoulders are on the mat. And then we're going to turn our head in the opposite direction of our knees for our reclining twist. And we're going to take some nice, big, relaxing breaths here. In and out our nose. Belly big with each breath in and contracting with each breath out. And then bring your head back up, looking towards the ceiling. Bring your knees back up towards your chest. Give them a big hug again. And let them fall to the other side. I'm a little squished here. There we go. Arms out wide again. Your arms can be out straight. And if you don't have enough room, you can bend them at the elbows so they look like cactus arms. Making sure both of our shoulders are on our mat. Turn your head the opposite direction from your knees. And take some nice breaths in and out our nose. And then bring your head back up to the ceiling. Knees up, give yourself one last big squeezy hug. And then straighten your legs out. Arms come out your side, palms up. Let your toes fall open in our resting pose. We're just going to lay here and breathe, letting our breath slow. If you want, you can bring your hands to your belly. feeling it rise and fall with each breath in and out. And while we are laying here, I want you to think about our mantra, I am strong. Think about what you have done lately, a time when you were strong. Was it when you worked extra hard on a math problem? Or spelling a new word as you wrote a letter to a friend? Maybe you were strong when you rode your bike farther than you've ever ridden it before. Maybe you were strong when you showed patience with a little brother or sister that was bothering you and interrupting your work. And think about those times where you were strong. We're going to open our eyes, roll over onto our side, take a breath, and then push up back to our easy pose. We did it. What a fantastic class today. Thank you for joining me in my strong yoga. I am strong. Let's say that one more time. I am strong. Yes. I'm going to end our class just like how we began. So with the singing bowl and then that special yoga word. So let's take a moment and listen to our bowl. Sitting with our spine up long, our neck tall, that string gently tugging us up. We're going to put our hands together at our heart. And we're going to take a big breath in our nose and out our mouth. Let's do it again. In our nose, out our mouth. And we're going to say that special yoga word, Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you for doing yoga with me today. Goodbye.